Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mooney and I want to thank you for joining me today. So we're going to do another recipe on this video. This is my drunkard Lyfesavr. Intentionally spelled wrong, just for the fun of it, the drunkard bit, right? So this is a twofold recipe. And what I mean by that is the basic recipe is really simple, and then I added some extra stuff to it to enhance it. I used some flavor boosters in it. So we're going to talk mostly about that when I come back up. But yeah, so what I was aiming for was that old-fashioned, well, what I was originally aiming for, this one's a little bit different on it, that old-fashioned butter rum Lyfesavr. I picked up some of the Flavor West buttered rum, which actually just finished off and chucked in the trash, but and it's, if you wanted a butter rum drink, it's good for that. But I was aiming originally for the candy, so I had to play with it a little bit. And let's go ahead and go down to the mixing table and you'll see what I did to it. And then we'll come back up and I'll break it all down like I usually do. Right, so we're going to make a 30 ml of the Drunken Lyfesavrs. And we're going to start off with Flavor West buttered rum at 3%, which is 0.94. Alright, and then our next flavor is Capella's Golden Butter. We are going to do 0.35% on this one, which is 0.11 grams. Slide overshoot, but that's alright. Alright. And now we're going to actually go down here to the bottom and we're going to do Flavora's Vanilla Pudding. And we're going to do 1.5% of that, which is 0.48. Alright, and that's our actual 3 ingredients. So there's 3 more ingredients that I'm going to use in this, and they are flavor enhancers. They're not actual flavors. You can stop here, sweeten to your liking, or you can go all the way full on out. We're going to add our next ingredient for this one, which is Oakwood by Flavor Art. You do not want a lot of this one. This is a very potent flavor. Plus, it will completely take over the recipe really easy. So we are actually doing 0.15%, which is 0.005. Which, for a 30 ml bottle, is actually 2 drops. Alright. So that's a flavor enhancer that punches up that rum that's in it and actually gives it an actual rum type flavor. So now we're going to move on to our sweeteners. And yes, I said sweeteners. We're going to start with our usual sugar daddy, and we're going to go the full 1%, which is 0.39. Alright. And our second sweetener, yep, seems kind of strange for me to use this one, but yep, I'm going to use this one. And that's because I want this one to have that super candied finish. Very much like a Lyfesavr. There's enough of the other stuff in there, and we're only using this at a very small percent, so it will cover up the sucralose flavor, We're actually using 0.2%, which is 0.06. Alright. Probably 1/4% actually is what I put in it, but that's alright. And that's all there is to it. I'm going to put the fillers and stuff like that in it, and I will see you back up top and we will talk about it. So, that's my Drunkard Lyfesavr. Let's start off with our 3 main ingredients. The Flavor West Buttered Rum at 3%. And then the golden butter to kind of... The rum that's in it does come through, but there's also kind of a funky citrusy note to it. Kind of an orange peel. You can take it higher if you want. If you just want a buttered rum drink, just take it higher, the butter, and you're good. But to get that Lyfesavr out of it, I wanted to take that lemon out, and I say lemon, but orange, citrus, whatever flavor it is. It's some kind of citrus on it. To take that down, I used the golden butter at 0.35. That takes it down, it smooths it out, but it doesn't bury the rum. It's still it's like having one of those Lyfesavrs in your mouth and smelling rum. It's not strong. This recipe isn't strong enough in the rum. If you wanted it to be, there are rum flavors out there. I just don't have any, and the alcohol flavors really aren't my thing. But I do like that touch of it in this. So, and if you're old enough to remember those old butter rum Lyfesavrs, then you know that there was a cream element behind it. I started off with vanilla swirl, and that's okay. But that still but it tastes more of a drink than the candy I was going for. So that's why I went with the vanilla pudding at the 1.5%. And yeah, that's the one I just made up, and I am dripping away. It is good off the shake. And of course I over drip. It's good off the shake. I really recommend 7 days on the steep time. But it is good off the shake. I like it. So, because I wanted just that, I mean, that's your basic recipe right there. Those 3 ingredients are your basic recipe. The buttered rum, the golden butter, and the vanilla pudding, and away you go if you don't want any sweeteners in it. If you don't want a candy finish, you just want that same flavor, go with that. But the rum that's in it is like a light rum, kind of, and I much prefer the dark rum. So that's why I went with the oak wood flavor. It actually legitimately tastes like wood. So think of it as barrel aging your flavor. I picked it up accidentally a long time ago, and I haven't really done much with it because there's not a lot that you can do with it. Tobaccos and custards, if you want to give it that oak flavor to it, like it's been barrel aged. And when I get some more ROI for it, I may play with it with that. But I really haven't done much with it, so I decided to throw it into this one and kind of give it a dark rum flavor. But you do not use much of it, because it will take your recipe over, and it'll taste like a barrel, like you're chewing on wood. So that's the other thing that I used in it to darken the rum. And then the sweeteners. Well, if you've watched this channel very long, you know that 1% is pretty much max on Sugar Daddy for me. And it is my preferred sweetener because I am sucralose sensitive. So I wanted it a little bit sweeter than that, and not a lot. 0.2, 0.25. of the super sweet is plenty enough. It's low enough that I can't taste the sucralose, but it still punches it up. If I had something that was just a straight candy finish, it might be better with this, but just sweetening it up like that is, you know, that's enough. It's still not exactly the perfect Lyfesavr candy, but it's pretty damn good, and I enjoy it. So I hope you'll mix it up, and I hope you'll enjoy it too. Like I said, if you don't want to mess with the Oakwood, don't bother. It's an FA. It's comparatively more expensive. You don't use very much of it, and you won't use it in a whole lot of things. So if you don't want to pick it up and mess with using it, make the recipe without it. It's all good. So that's it for me on this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you stuck around this long. Don't forget, if you're looking for me on social media, Alabama Vape Mob. Link to the recipe will be down in the description below, as well as advocacy links, my personal links, Teespring links, and my fiance has a Vinted store. If you want to help us out that way, that would be much appreciated. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and you know, as always, be careful and y'all be safe out there.